Alright guys, and thank you for watching. In the video today, Elle Fanning confirms she will be in Kojima Productions' next game. CD Projekt Red will test all new games on all new platforms ahead of release. Sounds like a bit of a daft thing to say, but that's what they said. Hundreds of devs are set to start working on a CyberPunk sequel game, and we have multiple PlayStation studios that are using Horizon Forbidden West engine to make new games. As usual, the links to the articles are down below in the description. So looking at the first piece of news, Kojima Productions confirms Elle Fanning will appear in the studio's next game. Kojima Productions has announced Elle Fanning will appear in its next video game, which it still has yet to properly unveil. Fanning's involvement in the project was previously based at Hideo Kojima's development studio during the Tokyo Game Show 2022, with the company's booth including a portrait of a woman with her face obscured. It featured the text, "Who am I?" above it. Kojima-san hasn't announced anything about his new project yet, although in the wake of the rumours that it's working on an exclusive Xbox exclusive, his studio has assured gamers that it maintains a very strong relationship with PlayStation. According to actor Norman Reedus, however, Death Stranding 2 is currently in early production, although it's possible the studio may have multiple titles in the works. The studio's last Death Stranding was originally released in November 2019 for the PS4 before coming to PC and PS5 as Death Stranding Director's Cut. Okay, so moving on to the next piece of news. After the fiasco of Cyberpunk's launch, CD Projekt Red have come out and said that they will test the new Witcher and Cyberpunk games on all platforms going forward, not just PC. Again, this just sounds ridiculous when a company says it's going to test its products, but let's go with it for now. What a ridiculous thing to say from such a well-established studio. Surely you test all systems, right? You test everything on all systems, on all platforms before you release it. Clearly not in CD Projekt Red's case. They duped gamers into buying the broken game on console, leading to lots of unsatisfied gamers and eventually Sony banning the game from the PlayStation Store until they sorted out the shambolic mess. Cyberpunk 2077 developer CD Projekt Red has revealed in a deep dive interview that it will be looking to test the quality of its products on multiple platforms going forward, not just PC. Patel Zawodin, CTO of CD Projekt Red, observed that a major risk encountered in the development process relates to stability and performance on all target platforms, adding that we test gameplay quality on every platform from the get-go and do not only focus on the developer's PC build. This sounds like complete bullshit, by the way. I don't buy a word of it. Cyberpunk 2077 itself was noted for launching with an extremely poor performance on PS4 and Xbox One, while the PC version of the sci-fi epic was by far the best version of the game at the time. These issues were later cleared up for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S editions of the same game, but for some people the damage was already done. CDPR has a number of major games in the pipeline, including a full sequel to Cyberpunk 2077 codenamed Orion, as well as a brand new Witcher trilogy. So I mean, I don't know if I believe what they say. I don't think so. If you launch a product, you test it on all platforms. Clearly it wasn't tested on the lower consoles. If it was, they didn't say anything. They just still released the game. So that tells you that either they knew about it and they duped gamers, or they didn't test it, which sounds just baffling to me. But anyway, look, the damage is done. They have fixed a lot of the issues. I haven't gone back to play the PS5 version of the game. I might do. I'm still a bit I'm in two minds, really. It looks good from what I've seen, and I would like to give it a try, but we'll see. We'll see. I'll see how I feel in a few weeks' time or a few months. There's quite a few games coming out over the next few months to keep me entertained. I don't know if I've got the time to go back to CD Projekt Red's Cyberpunk. I may have missed that one. So moving on. CD Projekt Red is set to put hundreds of developers to work on Cyberpunk 2077 sequel. Speaking during an investors call, CD Projekt Red CFO Piotr Nilubo, which revealed that the company expects to have 350 to 500 people working on the Cyberpunk 2077 sequel, codenamed Orion. Previously confirmed, CDPR is also establishing a new studio in Boston to work on the title, with a number of staff set to move to the US as production on the sequel ramps up. The North American studio will consist of teams working from Boston and teams working from Vancouver. The project will be supported by developers from Poland. As for the total headcount required for such a production, the CFO believes the best reference is Cyberpunk 2077 as most recent release. A good reference point when thinking about development headcount and future projects of this scale is just to look at the current project that we've just done. I think it's safe to assume that between 350 and 500 developers should be required. Sounds like a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people love the game. The game on PC was fantastic according to some of the videos I've seen, but I think it's done some damage, and people need to really buy into what CD Projekt Red do, and they're going to need to do some things for gamers, I think, to get their confidence back to that level of trust. Anyway, moving on to our next story. Multiple PlayStation studios are utilizing the Horizon Forbidden West engine to make new games. A number of Sony's first-party PlayStation studios are using Horizon Forbidden West Decima engine to develop new games and new projects. The original iteration of the Decima engine was used in the development of Killzone Shadowfall for PS4 and was later used for Horizon Zero Dawn, Until Dawn and Death Stranding. The tech was later updated for Horizon Forbidden West and is now being adopted by numerous first-party studios at the PlayStation maker. Speaking during an interview with Famitsu magazine via translation, Herman Holst, head of PlayStation Worldwide Studios, commented, "Of course, there's also the sharing of technology. For example, there are several studios using Guerrilla Games' Decima engine. We also place importance on improving our technology, and we share the idea amongst the studios." Holst recently commented that the format holder will not abandon its major single-player games despite the company making a push into live service games. Sony is also looking at further investment to help make its mark in the PC and mobile business. So quite exciting stuff that PlayStation studios are sharing technology, and of course if one studio comes up with an innovative way to help develop games, let's share that across the studios. That's a great way to move forward collectively, not only as a first-party studio, but a console manufacturer and publisher of games. So that's going to do it for the video. Thank you for watching, guys. On your way out, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, leave a like on the video, and hit the bell notification icon, and I will catch you on the next video.